Alright everybody, and welcome back to the following morning of the Galactic Battle Season 2 Grand Finals between CHB and, wow, the defending champions. Last night we did a live stream kind of showing what to expect, or showing the kickoff, if you will, of this Galactic Battle. And, you know, in a quick rundown, WoW showed up late. They wanted to see what CHB was going to do. CHB did not disappoint. CHB Blue Sky, $116 million man, rolled out with his plasma, was it? That was probably his plasma, to the Stronghold garrison, and they had a handful of trumpets that were heading down to show vision on the strongholds. And, yeah, Blue Sky put his plasma into the stronghold. A couple other trumpets showed up, and it was no points for a while, all tier 1 rangers. And then his 2-slot tier 10 faced off against some WoW Grievous, who was amazing, who gets the MVP for the best point to kill ratio, or point to points given ratio. But somewhere, somehow, in that first round, in the first 30 minutes, WoW fucked up, and they gave CHB a tiny 10 or 20,000 point lead. Now, I will admit that Grievous, in the third replay here, I'll show that, does put out, or he does kill 2 of these, and gets a legendary heal, which really, in my opinion, puts Grievous right back to the top 5 greatest commanders in the game because of the ability to score points in Galactic Battle. Now, this Galactic Battle final, and there it is. He takes 2 out, he gets hit by the plasma bomb, but boom, there's the heal, gets his points back, and strikes again, and sends plasma back to Blue Sky. So he takes points and gives none. A tier 9 air commander against a tier 10 infantry commander scores points. I mean, plasma, who would have thought, right? That's pretty wild. And then he goes on to do it again. I mean, Blue Sky can't believe himself. Same plasma, same Grievous. A few minutes later, same stronghold. He ups the infantry, thinking he's going to be able to take points off of, we're calling this guy Immortal Butt Plug, because he has the new ship that looks like a butt plug. And here it is again, just a bigger scaled up version. You know, there goes his plasma. He lands hits, big hits, but not enough to take out the whole stack. That was his shame. Now, with the 80% heal proc, Grievous gets a chance to come back and swing on this plasma and hopefully hit. That's the trick to Grievous. Against an infantry commander, you have to land damage to heal. And he doesn't have a guaranteed hit ability without his gem procs. And those gem procs are only 20%. He was using an APOC shield or a butt plug shield. That does not have a guaranteed hit mechanism. It doesn't have accuracy, I don't think. Either way, it's impressive that he pulls this off. It's almost as if Blue Sky's plasma didn't really have a lot of dodge setup. Maybe he was just using HP and damage gear for the bigger bombs. But boom, there's that heal, and he takes that 11 tier 10, heals back to most of his ships, and wins points-wise. Now, here's what happens. I don't know if this replay is the one that does it, or if CHB never shares the replay, but we ended up live streaming for another hour and a half, 2 hours, and CHB Blue Sky never shared a replay where he scored points over his opponent. Not once, not ever. Now, it makes sense for a guy that has 116 million power in the game, where he's basically twice more powerful than anyone else we ever saw, which is hard to do without a lot of money. A lot of money, like 100 grand, a lot of money. But he never shared that replay. Probably doesn't care. And what we expected to see was, you know, CHB basically go back and defend, which they did after they scored that point lead, which is where you want to be. And then, you know, WoW come in with their heavy hitters, their tier 9, tier 10. The WoW, as far as I know, is the biggest, strongest guild on all of Ark of War. They have the most players, they spend the most money. But the Galactic Battle isn't decided by the most players with the most money and the most power. It's decided by points. And if you looked at the points on the way into this video, you will see that CHB was ahead by 80 million points. No small deficit. And the strongholds were still standing. So CHB had the opportunity to just sit back, wait, and defend, and still do, with an hour left in this game, and decide how they want to score points against WoW, who has to take a stronghold now to catch up on points. And at this point, with less than, well, just over an hour left, WoW has abandoned the game. So they have given up. Without sending their massive armies of tier 9 and tier 10 to get desperate, they've decided that, knowing that they're on the offense and they're in such a deficit, even if they tried to send their biggest armies to hold strongholds, all CHB would have to do is just plasma bomb him out until he scored more points. Now, just because you have plasmas doesn't necessarily mean you're going to outscore your opponent who is, strongholding a garrison, which you cannot send black holes. You cannot garrison a stronghold with black holes. You have to score points by killing creatures. So, for whatever reason, WoW had given up. They were afraid of CHB Blue Sky's plasma tier 10 bombs. I mean, one plasma tier 10 per slot is enough to score a lot of points if there is an army there. So instead of seeing massive trades, we don't really see anything but just tier 1 and black holes for the rest of the battle. There is some big battles that weren't shared in replays that aren't here. I will go through them one more time. Because there's only an hour left until they all disappear forever, until this video is the last remnant of history of this galactic battle, which we never got for the first season, so that's why I'm doing this. But and you can tell I'm in a hurry. I'm actually on my way to work. So here's a 2-2 battle. It's more Stella, more Neko infantry trades. I mean, there is some significant points here considering all the other replays what they show us. So that's kind of refreshing. But yeah, I mean, at this point, people are just sharing their replays to get, awarded points for their avatars. Avatars are those borders around the screen that kind of look cool that say you participated and were awarded in a GB. So, yeah, I mean, more of the same here, small battles. And not what we were really hoping for or expecting. And what it goes to show you is that galactic battles don't have to be the main army fighting off against your opponent's main army non-stop, big bombs, big repair bills. It's just not. It's a game of cat and mouse. It's all about scoring points, and I think that's refreshing as a player, because anyone who knows that has tier 5 and above, and God, tier 5 is not even bad to repair. Tier 6, tier 7 starts getting crazy. Tier 8, 9, and 10 is just stupid to repair. I mean, it takes days. I mean, the amount of farming it takes without paying, without getting extra help, it just takes days to repair troops. Just 1 or 2 or 3 troops can be ridiculous. So it's refreshing to see that the GB was decided by a strategic cat and mouse game as opposed to a total, army trade-off, which, is a good sign for the game as well. You don't want to just be beat by the guy who spends the most money, has the biggest army. It is all about a point trade-off. That's what the kill event weekends are all about. And I'd like to see the game kind of go back and reevaluate how they do the points and gifts for scoring in the weekend events, because killing is what this game is about. People spend a lot of time and money to play to get to that kill event to actually participate and score, and other people have given up because the punishment doesn't fit the reward for participating in the kill event. So it'd be nice if they did something. If the kill event had like a longer quest, like a month-long quest, like gather 4 of these items and you can only get 1 item per kill event, and then you can turn it in for something special, even if it's just cosmetic, maybe a different Ark Hall color, or skins for your commanders, something to get people to be more active in the game. That would be refreshing. But anyway, you guys, there's an hour left in this. This is a long video. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off now. If anything significant happens, I will add it to this video or the YouTube.